Leo's early. He's not supposed to pick me up till 6:30. Watson halted abruptly. Oh, relax, I'm not complaining. I started to reach down to pet Watson's head, assure him that I was just as in love with my boyfriend as he was. Watson ducked out of reach and shoved his nose against the threshold, then lowered his fox-like ears against his head. I froze. Leo would never get that reaction. Just as the sound of footsteps coming up onto the porch met my ears, Watson let out a disgruntled huff, trotted back to the fireplace, curled up, and exhaled yet another annoyed breath. So, not Leo, but not a murderer either, huh? I looked back and forth between Watson and the door, then let out a huff of my own at my ridiculousness. A glance through the peephole revealed my uncle lifting a hand to knock. I threw open the door before he had a chance. Percival, what are you— My words trailed off as I spotted the large square box in one hand and a bag that appeared to have a curling iron sticking out of the top. My tall, balding, scarecrow-thin uncle stepped in with a flourish, his long boysenberry faux fur coat leaving a light trail of snow over the hardwood floor in his wake. I'm doing you a favor, darling niece. He tossed the large box on the armchair and let the bag drop from his hand onto the floor, causing Watson to growl an annoyed warning. Oh, please, Mr. High Maintenance. You're fine. Don't get your hackles in a state. No need for all the drama, at least now that I'm here. He whirled back toward me. I'm running a little bit behind. Gary had a pricing emergency at the antique shop. I hope to be here 3 hours in advance, but I can still work my magic in 2. His brown gaze gave me the once-over. Actually, on second thought, do you think you could push back the reservations by 30 minutes? I stood there, dumbfounded, the door open, letting in the cool late October breeze. Who? Who? Percival practically squawked as he shrugged out of the fur and tossed it on the sofa. Leo, of course. Really, darling, you have a reputation for being a crackerjack super sleuth, and I know it's been nearly 4 months since the last murder. But surely you're aware of who you have a date with tonight. He snagged the bag off the floor. Close the door. It's hardly a blizzard, but you're letting in all the snow, and the minutes are ticking. I closed the door, but instead of following him as he began to head back to the bedroom, I leaned against the wall and folded my arms. I have no idea how you know about the date tonight, but it doesn't take a super sleuth to figure out why you're here, as much as I would like to pretend otherwise. I glanced at the clock. Leo is supposed to be here in an hour, and I don't need a makeover. An hour? Percival screeched and spun back around. Then what in the world are you doing? Why haven't you been getting ready? I glanced down at my yellow blouse and teal broomstick skirt. I am ready. I've just been reading The Good House. I thought a haunted house story would get me in the mood for Halloween since it's— I lost the power of speech under his withering glare. You actually have the audacity to say you don't need a makeover while you're wearing that? He flourished fluttering fingers my way. His disapproval of my wardrobe was so second nature that I wasn't the least bit offended and jumped right over it. How do you even know about the date? And why does it matter? Leo and I have been dating for months and months. This is hardly the first time he's seen me.